Hi, friends. Welcome back to Stash Therapy. My name is Casey, and I am so excited that y'all are joining me today. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I really want to do this with minimal edits. That's just because editing takes a lot of time. I think y'all know this, and I think I can do it in like pretty well one shot. So, today I don't have anything finished to share with you, but I do have several whips that I can't wait to talk about and some acquisitions. And I have a haul. Okay, I'm going to open up some yarn I have been waiting for since June. With y'all today, I'm very excited. I'm not going to talk about what I'm reading. We're going to leave that out. So, really, today is just a whips and new stuff podcast. So hopefully it'll go by pretty quickly. As y'all can see, things are changing in my setup and I'm so excited about it. I moved some stuff around in my office or in the room that I film in, that I knit in. It's like my hangout room. And so I got this lamp, and yeah, things are just going to continue to get better as we go. So join me today. I am drinking some decaf in my Mary AF cup that I got from Joann's after last Christmas. So join me today as we talk about what I am working on and what I got. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so my first project that I'm going to share with y'all is in my sock bag. I use this bag for the socks that I'm working on, and that's because it fits everything really nicely in there. I am working on a pair of socks for a sister that I'm planning on giving to her at or after Christmas, probably at this point. And that's because I'm not very far along on either of them. Okay, so the yarn that I am using is the January 2025. I think it's like intergalactic, something like that, from the Yarnable subscription. This is my last month that I was getting both skeins because in February I went down to the no frills one skein. So this does have a contrast color in the purple, and the um I don't remember the name of it. I do not have it written down, which is fine. I mean, it's January 2025 Yarnable. I think they still have some on the website available. So I will put a picture of it here or the name of it across the bottom, and it'll be in the description box below. So y'all will have all the information. I'm really not worried about being able to tell y'all the actual name while I'm talking about it. But I am making the Austin socks by the Crazy Sock Lady. This is my second time to knit this pattern, and I love it. Truly, I do. It's a very easy pattern to memorize, and it's basically knits and purls. You can't really see. Yeah, let me see if I get it a little bit closer. You can kind of see the pattern, but I did five. I did pop a color at the cut cuff, 5 rows, and then I think I did 20 rows for the rest of the cuff. So 25 row cuff, which is probably my favorite. I am making like a size medium. I knit on the 2.5 inch, 2.5 millimeter Chow Goo 9 inch circulars. Whew, that was a mouthful. So that's all I knit socks on. So I tried knitting these toe up. I was like, that'll be great. No big deal. I did not like it. I do not like magic loop on socks. I don't necessarily like magic loop on anything, specifically socks. Um, it just feels like a lot to manage. I know it's not. I know if I sat down and I did it, I would be fine. But I don't have to because I like the 9 inch circulars. That works for me. My hands know it. Easy peasy. I can just fly through socks as I'm knitting them. I don't have to like readjust the needle every time. That to me, not fun. So I hope to have these. I was really hoping to have them done by Saturday or Sunday. That is not going to happen. My plan is to have these done by Christmas, and I will send them home with my mom to give to her. So that's my first whip, socks. Next, um, my next work in progress is I am working on a Musselboro hat for my neighbor. Now, you would have seen a Musselboro in last week's video or my most recent video, but I am not making that hat anymore with that yarn. The yarn that I'm using is a Fangirl Fibers yarn, and it is called Shadow Daddy. It is part of the Fourth Wing um, yarn collection that they had. And my neighbor is a huge romantasy person. We talk about our books that we're reading all the time. It's just really something fun that we do together. But I was like, I really want to make her a hat. She's been asking about like my process and all of that. And I was like, I can make her a hat. This will be so fun. I will kind of surprise her with it. So that's what I'm doing. She knows I'm making a hat. She has seen the yarn. I wanted to make sure she liked the pattern and liked the yarn before I just started making her something because I would be kind of particular about that. But she loves it. She thinks it's great. She cannot wait to wear it. So I am just on straight stockinette. My plan is to knit half of the yarn to be my first half of the hat. So A and C, I think, as the pattern goes, and then B and D will be the second half of the yarn. And I am marking my stitches so that I have them marked, and I know exactly like how to I know exactly how much to knit to start my decreases. Rather than going by inches, I would rather go by rows. It seems, kind of like a better plan if I want it to be kind of like the same and to use up all of this yarn without having to add any because I don't necessarily want to add any to this. So this is where I'm at right now. Just in a really fun place. Easy knit. I just grab it, knit a couple rows, grab it, knit a couple rows, things like that. But I'm losing my stitches. I should probably put needle caps on it, but I don't want to because this is easy enough to pick up. Also, okay, so I wound this yarn. Do y'all see that? Like, that's part of the end of the yarn. Nope, not a big deal. But do y'all see this mess right here? I don't know why when I am winding my yarn that this happens, but it's been happening like on all of my skeins recently, and it's really, really annoying. So if you have any tips about that, let me know. Do I just need to get a better yarn winder? Probably. I mean, I do have the cheapest one I could get off of Amazon, so it probably wouldn't hurt to get a better yarn winder eventually. But for now, I'm using what I have. But if you have any tips and tricks, please let me know. I'm always into the learning process. Okay, so Musselboro hat, whip number 2. Whip number 3 is a hat, and I am using the yarn that I was going to make the Musselboro with um, from last video, and it is the November 2024 Yarnable. This also had a contrast color with it, but I'm just using one skein. I'm just using the one skein. So let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna give you just a little saga of this hat. I had this hat down to the last like 11 rows. This hat is the main from the brim up, it's a 3 pattern repeat. So there's 12 rows, you repeat it 3 times. Well, here's what I didn't know what to do or how to do. I could have Googled it. I even said, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look like hers. And I kept going. Oh, Casey. I kept going, which is fine. I learned a lot. I had fun. I realized some things about the way I knit, blah, 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 all that. I thought I knew how to yarn over. Let me tell you, I was slipping, not yarning over my stitches. I was just slipping a stitch. Oh, I should have Googled. I should have YouTube. As soon as I was like, this doesn't look right. Again, I was at the end of my third. I had gotten to the first row of the fourth set of instructions. I was almost done with this hat. I was 12 rows away from being done with this hat. It's fine. So I had to tinker it back. I tinkered back to the first set of baubles to like down here. But let me tell you about this hat. This is the Queen Bee hat from Hypnotic Yarn, and it is just so much fun. I really am having a good time knitting this. I had a great time knitting it the first time around. Second time around, I still like it, so that's good. It's made with baubles. That's probably the most intricate thing. The slowest part of this hat are making these baubles, which is fine. And then it's just knit pearls and yarn overs, not slips, yarn overs. So that's really all this hat is, and I'm just having so much fun making it. Um, just having a ball making it. So I'm glad I picked this up instead of doing the yarnable for myself. I didn't want to do two yarnables or yarnables. I'm glad I picked this up and decided to do the queen bee instead of making the musselburgh. And that's because I didn't want two musselburghs going at the same time. So this is just so much fun. My husband had to be in the hospital. He's fine. Um, Last week, and so sitting at the hospital, I knit the hat, and when I got home to start working on it, I was like, this doesn't look right. It doesn't fit. There's a lot wrong with it. I realized that I had to pull it back out. So really no time lost. It gave me something to do while we were at the hospital hanging out. So yeah, that's whip number 3. So exciting. Okay, whip number 4. I am not going to pull out the yarn. Y'all have seen it before. Y'all don't need me to pull it out. But it is my ooey gooey cowl. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Okay, so there's actually been a lot of progress since y'all saw this last. I was down here around the time that I filmed. And I'm already in the second of 3 pattern repeats. So I'm I'm like in this area. So I'm not very far in, but that doesn't matter. Like I'm getting it done and you can see the color change just so good. Okay, let me tell you what the yarn is that I'm using. So my color changing yarn is Slow Burn, which is from the Farmer's Daughter. And this is their colorway exclusive by Spin Cycle Fibers. It's dyed in the wool. And I love just the amount of color change that I'm getting already from this. And there's still so much more to go with it. The fuzzy yarn or my contrast color is Oh Dang and Elk Antler. And that's because I didn't want a stark white contrast color. I wanted something a little more oatmeal-y, a little more dirty looking. Y'all know what I mean. Not like bright white. Something with a little body to it, I think is what I'm thinking whenever I say that. So that's what this is. I'm so happy. Okay, I love, look, this has been like the pattern, like I know the pattern by now. So I do like have it on my phone. So if I'm out and about knitting and I just need to make sure I know where I'm at, I know what's going on, I can just pull it up, look at where I'm at, and I can just keep going. But the pattern is very memorizable. Okay, so yeah, this is my Ooey Gooey Cowl by Andrea Mallory. I like the cowl more than I like the sweater, and I like the cowl more than I like the socks. So, just if I'm gonna wear an Ooey Gooey something or another, I want it to be this. I just think it's gonna be so fun on. So, this is project number 5, number 4. 1, 2, socks is 3, project number 4. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. Okay. Again, I have a lot of stuff on my needles. I do not have a lot. I don't have anything finished because everything's just kind of been on the go. The next item is a very, very new whip, meaning I started it last night and I've only worked on it a little bit today. And by started it last night, I mean I started it 10 minutes before I was going to bed. As we do. As we do. So the yarn I am using is from Bad Sheep Yarn Company, and it is in the colorway Mountain Tundra. I'm probably not going to be able to like do this yarn any kind of justice, but in the lighting I have, my lighting just in here is still just kind of poor. So if this makes my lighting look better, y'all are going to be like, girl, why didn't you do that earlier? No, no, it doesn't. But I bet I could do this. Okay, that's somewhat better. I'll know for next time. All right, so this is the color Mountain. There's a lot of white. Is this Mountain Tundra? Or is this my berry one? I think this might be the berry one. This is my Christmas yarn. Is this one because it has more of the pinks, the blues, the purples, and then this one, which is more green and creams and taupes and things like that, oranges. I think this is the Mountain Tundra. You can see that real pretty, like peacock color. Gorgeous. Again, this is also Bad Sheep yarn. I will talk about this in acquisitions. But what am I making? I am making a, I guess it's a cowl. It's a wrap of sorts, but you knit it, what is it called? You cast it on with a provisional cast on like the Ooey Gooey, and you Kitchener stitch, but people said to do a 3 needle bind off instead of a Kitchener, so I'll probably end up doing that. I'll have to learn it. It'll be fine. Because there are like 100 stitches whenever you get done with this. So you cast on and it makes just this real pretty. I'll have a picture of it for y'all. It just makes this really pretty repeat. So, what is it called? The pattern is called the Danish Forest. and it's by, and I'm gonna butcher her name, y'all. I am so sorry. I don't mean to. Marte Eldoy. I butchered it, but I will have it linked in the show notes in the description box below for y'all. I cast this on twice. I cast it on last night and got a little bit frustrated that I cast on too many stitches. And so I was like, that's why I only worked on it for like a few minutes before I went to sleep last night. So I put it away and I said, I will deal with it in the morning. And I went to bed and I started thinking, and I was like, why are there too many? So before I could go to sleep, I checked my pattern and I cast on 15 more stitches than I needed. That's why there were too many stitches on my needles. So this morning I ripped everything out. I redid my provisional cast on and I am just going like just knitting away. It's a very it's a very easy pattern to memorize in that you only have 3 repeats. There's only 24 25 initial rows and it grows and one of the sections just keeps growing. So yeah, it's really fun. I'm really enjoying this project and I cannot wait to keep going on it. I'm only using one skein of yarn. It is a fingering weight pattern. I'm using my 24-inch 4.5 millimeter ChiaoGoo red lace needles, and I'm just gonna knit away on it whenever I need something a little more intricate but a little less yarn management-y. Because my queen bee hat, I'm knitting fingering weight held double. My ooey gooey, I'm holding 3 strands of yarn at the same time. The dye in the wool and then the Odang held double. So there's a lot of like yarn management things happening. And I just wanted something that was going to end up being like a really nice feminine scarf. It's a infinity scarf is what it ends up being. And I saw this and I was like, man, I love this pattern. So I decided to knit it, and that's going to be my Christmas knit this year. All right, that is all my whips. Look, that's not true. I still have my step by step, my color stripes step by step in the works. There's been no further progress on that. I think I'm just kind of like, don't want to work on a sweater, that sweater right now. I'll pick it back up eventually, but I needed a little bit of break from it. And then the other thing that I'm still working on, and I thought I was finished, and I'm heartbroken about it, is my reading shawl. And that's because I'm 100 rows. I'm 100 stitches short, like 104 or 108. It turns out to be like 52 rows short. No, it's 25 rows short. Something something like that. I am short, which is like 6 inches. And so I made the executive decision that I have too much that I want to knit on to pick that back up in December or the rest of November. So I'm going to put it off. I don't need it immediately. It's okay. Ooh. It is okay that I'm not knitting on it right now because I will get to it eventually. It's the easiest thing in the world to knit. It's literally just garter stitch, but I think I just got too frustrated with it and I'm having to make some really big decisions on pattern now and yarn color and all of that. And I don't necessarily want to do it right now. So it is on hold. It is in my living room next to the chair that I knit in. So if I do want to pick it up, it is right there. And I, you know, don't have to beat myself up about it. So those are the two things that I'm actively not working on, but could work on. Hang on a second. What do I want to work on? Okay, I'm gonna work. All my whips are in various stages of work, and so I'm just gonna keep tapping away on those. I really want to cast on my jaunty shawl. Now, I know that I said that in order to do that, I have to finish my reading shawl, which is true. I have to finish my reading shawl, but I'm not going to let it stop me at this point. I hate that from finishing up, from casting on the jaunty. It'll be fine. So I think I am going to get that going this week and just try to get, 15-20 minutes a day on it from there. Um, if you remember, I'm using the DK Bear Paw um, from the Farmer's Daughter in the Oak, OOAK colorway that I believe is a December yarn for them, a December release. So I want to get that going. I want to wear it this year. So if I want to do that and I want to wear it this year, I've got to get it on my needles. And so I think I'm going to. Um, yeah, it's the reality is it's not that deep. It's knitting. It's knitting. Things will get done. So, um, yeah, that is all for whips and maybe upcoming things. So let's talk about just a little bit acquisitions. So as y'all know, I got what is this yarn called? Let me look it up. Look, I am totally in love with some of the Bad Sheep yarn. That's the name of it. It's Bad Sheep yarn. Okay. Yes, this is called Bayberry, and it is my Christmas yarn. And then this is Mountain Tundra. Look, here's a problem. These yarns are way too close. Yeah, this is Mountain Tundra. This is Bayberry. They have a yarn. It's a tweed. I want to get it. I'm probably going to order it. It's called Dark Academia. I will put a picture here. I will put a picture here for y'all to see the Dark Academia. I love it. I love it. They have a couple that I love that I want to get. Um, this sock tweed is it, oh, and it is on sale. If it's on sale, it means you gotta get it, right? That's not helping me not have to edit. Okay. Um, those are my two yarns from Bad Sheep Yarn Company. Let me show you, and we're gonna open it together. Okay. I got a box from I got a box from Fangirl Fibers. So I, like every 40-year-old, am obsessed with Gilmore Girls. It is a thing that we do. It is a thing that we love. Why? Because Rory graduated high school with us. We love her. She actually graduated 2 years after me, but it doesn't matter. I got the Gilmore Girls Overheard at Luke's December collection that she released earlier this year. So let's look in the bag. Okay, first thing that we see is a project bag. Meet me at Luke's Diner. Love it. And then we have a sticker. It says, Welcome to Stars Hollow, where everyone knows your name and your business. So a fun sticker will probably go in my Kindle because that's where I keep all of my stickers. And then it has a pin and it says honorary Gilmore Girl. So cute. I would put it on, but I don't want to put a hole in this shirt, in this sweater. Okay, so how does this work? Oh, there is more. There is more. Okay, how does this work? Um, okay, so this sticker, there's another sticker. It says Stars Hollow regulations, no tambourines before 10 a.m. Approved festival colors, fall only. And then no fill in the blank. It's not a democracy, it's a Taylor, which is true. Taylor ran that town. And then there are some stitch markers, which I think she always puts stitch markers in. These are wooden stitch markers, which I love. There is a cell phone. There is a no cell phone sign. No cell phones allowed. Again, things that happen at Luke's. And then there's just really cute Luke's coffee cup. The cell phone kind of looks more like a banana. And then no cell phones. So really cute things. Okay, so this is a December countdown. So all of the yarns come wrapped like this, and you open one a day, one a week. So the first one I will open is on December 3rd. That's Tuesday. This video will not come out before then. So for me, it's going to be 5 days. For you, it's going to be 3 seconds. I am going to film myself open this and I'm going to add it here. Say hello. Hi. Are you making your YouTube debut, buddy? Huh? So the quote is, who cares if I'm pretty if I fail my finals? So I'm wondering if this is going to be part of the colorway. Let's see. No. That's gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, what did y'all think about that? It's a gorgeous color, isn't it? I am so excited. So I have 5 skeins of variegated yarn. Tell me, what should I make with that? Leave in the description, or leave a comment below and let me know, what would you make with your variegated Gilmore Girls yarn. I have 5 times 4, 2,000 yards, 500 grams. So a fingering weight. So yeah, let me know, what would you make? Okay, I think we made it. I think that is everything that I wanted to share with y'all today. Again, we're not going to go into the books that I'm reading because I'm not really reading anything new. Um, so we're just going to kind of fly by that. But it has been a pleasure hanging out with y'all today. I'm excited to be back, jump in. I think I'm going to do Vlogmas. I don't think I'm going to vlog every day because that is intense. But I think I'm gonna do like maybe every 3 to 4 days, do up a vlog for y'all. I'm gonna show what I'm knitting. You're gonna hang out with me while I knit. We're gonna open this Gilmore Girls yarn together. So it'll be really fun. That's the only advent that I am doing this year. Everything else is just gonna be like one-off skeins of yarn. So yeah, I'm excited. It'll be a good time. So join me starting Monday. So yeah, let's go. All right, guys, I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving because today's the Black Friday. I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving and that y'all got to enjoy all the time with the people that you love, or, doing what you love. So I know I did. It was just me and my husband this year. It was a perfect, perfect Thanksgiving. So yeah, thank you for joining me today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me on the socials. On Instagram, I am stash_therapy. I'll have all that information here for you. And yeah, I hope to see y'all there. Okay, that's it. Bye.